Welcome back to the Savage Kitchen. I'm Pat Cowan. Are you looking for something new to serve on St. Patrick's Day? Look no further. Executive Chef Scott Savage is in the kitchen with lamb, hearty vegetables, and beef stock to show us how to make Irish lamb stew. And you have something really good over there.
Actually, I do. I've got a little Jameson whiskey here to throw in to make it a little more Irish for us. But basically a pretty simple recipe, but the main difference is we're using lamb in this Irish stew. I've got some red potatoes, some carrots, and some celery. I've also got some cipollini onions. My cipollini onions that I'm using here have balsamic. They're balsamic marinated. A little bit of tomato and then some beef stock. So let's get this going. Basically what we need to do here is we're going to get a little butter in here. Just kind of get that melting down. Alright, we'll throw in the carrots and then we're going to go in with our celery. Pat, if you can grab that. Careful not to burn yourself. Go ahead and dump all those in there too. Basically what we need to do is just kind of cook these down to let them start to soften up. And while that's happening, we're actually going to go in with the meat too. And obviously we're probably going a little faster than really what you should do at home, but the main thing is just to get all this cooking down. You know, you want to cook the lamb, and actually with the lamb, what I use is a top round. Just kind of cleaned it up a little bit, cut it into nice little chunks. When we let this slow cook, like that simmer cook for the 20 minutes to maybe a half an hour or so, that lamb will get nice and tender. All your carrots the carrots and the celery start to loosen up and they'll get nice and soft for you. And what I've already done is I like to par cook my potatoes a little bit. Just makes it easier because potatoes are the one thing that'll take the longest to cook in here. So I like to get them par cooked, and then it doesn't take, cut your cooking time down a little bit. So.
Now, lamb, that's one of the meats that should be cooked through. Is that right?
Oh, no, not necessarily. No?
Oh, okay.
I serve lamb mid-rare, rare. I think it's better because lamb's kind of a lean meat too, so there's not a lot of fat to it. So the more you cook it, the tougher it's going to get.
Well, there you go.
So we just want this.
So it is very similar to beef, as far as.
As far as this recipe, it's a basic stew recipe for the most part. Just your differences are your ingredients, throwing a little bit of Jameson in there and using the lamb. So we want to let this cook down a little bit. Basically, what we want to do, probably could have used a bigger pot for this one, but want to get a little bit of color. You can see the meat's getting a little bit of color. You can see it's kind of cooking down in there. It looks really good. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to go in and add a little pinch of some white pepper. Get a little salt in there, 2 little pinches of salt, and a nice little pinch of some garlic here too. Season that up pretty well.
They could put fresh garlic in this if they have it readily available.
Yeah, if you had some rosemary, you could also throw maybe a little fresh rosemary in there.
That would.
Make it yours. Have fun with it. Do something different.
Rosemary would be good.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to go in with our cipollinis now.
Now, the cipollinis, did you make those or did you buy them already made?
I bought these already made. Actually, these are, it's a product that I get here at the Cliff House. They're marinated in balsamic, so it's going to give this another little bite to it. That little bit of balsamic is going to end up cooking out. You'll get the nice sweetness of that onion to cook out, too. So. Alright, basically what we're going to do now is we're going to add a little bit of flour to this, because this is going to kind of help thicken it up for us. So, we just kind of stir this around. Try not to get it on you, Pat.
That's okay.
I see you got your green on today, though.
I do. Yes, I do, and you do as well.
I do every time,
We are ready for St. Patrick's Day.
So it's not really fair for me because
that's your everyday.
Yeah, it's my everyday. I've always got the green on, but I do have the green cutting board out for us.
Yes,
too.
You do.
Okay.
Very good.
Actually, now basically what we want to do is just want to let this cook down a little bit. I'm going to go in with our Jameson now. I'm not really worried about flaming that off because that alcohol is going to cook out. So, this will simmer for a while. It's just like if you're making a red sauce, marinara. You don't have to flame off your red wine if you're putting red wine in it because that alcohol will cook out. All right, so I'm going to actually go in with our little bit of tomato. Now as we're getting pretty full here.
I'm going to just step back a little.
There we go.
this?
I
Not
see
yet.
if you can tell. Obviously, a nice hearty stew too. And once those potatoes get in there, we're gonna even have less stock. Because with this one, I don't like a lot of the sauce. Because to me, this one's more about your vegetables and the lamb and the potato. So we can
Very
go ahead
hearty.
and put those potatoes in
Do
there.
you want all of them in?
Maybe let's go half of them. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
try to shield this. That'll work. Okay, look at that.
Well, and you can really smell those cipollini onions.
Yeah,
The balsamic,
I love
and it's
them.
wonderful.
Okay, and now we're to the point where we just let it come to a simmer, nice small bubbles. You don't really want a rapid boil, and let her simmer down. Keep the best thing for, your stews is to come back and test your vegetables, test your meat. Because sometimes, the meat, if you want it a little on the undercooked side, that's fine too. Because the lamb right now will be nice and tender. Like I said, it'll go through a little tough spot, and then it'll come back to tender again. So
Oh, great.
that's our lamb stew.
Looks great. I need to take a taste of this. Very hearty. You can taste the onion. Very good. The luck of the Irish is in the Savage Kitchen. Have a happy St. Patrick's Day, and we will see you next week.